Okay, everyone, come on in. Come on in. Welcome to my channel, The Mix. Like this video, share this video, drop some comments. You know the spiel per usual. Thank you guys for your support domestically, internationally. I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for the comments. Let's continue to push my channel through the algorithm by listening to this video because it's free from beginning to end. As you can see, what this video is going to be about: law enforcement officers' abuse of power. Yes, when this came across my desk, I wasn't really surprised because based off the history in this country, generally speaking, when it comes to prosecution and law enforcement officer, and this is not all prosecutors or law enforcement officers or officers of the court, this is not a reflection of everyone, but I mean, hey, history is history. Excuse me. When it comes to melanated people, the law doesn't really work for us, but when it comes to non-melanated people, it kind of works in their favor. Due diligence is conducted, they comb through everything, they cross the T's, dot the I's. So, but right here is the audacity for me, this topic. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I will be interjecting here and there and adding my commentary and opinion. But before I continue, those who are passing through, go ahead and smash that subscription button. And for everyone, hit the notification bell so that way you will be in tune with all the content I drop on my channel. Also, if you head on over to the community section, I have polls going on. Vote, 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 vote. Listen to this video, you guys, from beginning to end. Hopefully, I do not keep you all long. Okay, you guys, according to the New York Post, mistress of married cop allegedly texted him, "I'm going to drive off a cliff," before committing the S. Yes, this article was published, I think, around September 25th. So the article further cites the woman who was forcibly committed, and this happened in Pennsylvania, to a mental hospital on allegedly bogus claims after being violently detained by her married cop ex-boyfriend, sent him text messages threatening to S just because before the altercation, a criminal complaint shows. And I'm going to use the word S or deletes for those sensitive terms. Okay, so it's the audacity for me. It's the audacity for me. The article further cites Michelle P., 37, sent Officer Ronald K. Davis text messages on August 21st saying she was going to go out in style if he didn't let her collect her belongings from him so she could move out of town. "I think I'm going to drive off a cliff," she wrote in one text, adding, "If this is where I'm supposed to delete, then so be it." And these are quotes. "My mental health doesn't matter. I'm a useless, old, stupid, uneducated piece of ish," she said in another text message. I'm assuming that he's probably said that to her before about her education, a dig at her education and all of that. So, okay, the article further cites, and I quote, "I don't even have any clothes. You held them hostage." I think that's what she's saying. "Oh, well, I'll just do it in style, naked, have a nice day." So basically she's threatened to S herself in her birthday suit because she don't have any clothes. Davis, 37, a Pennsylvania state trooper stationed outside of Harrisburg, used those messages to secure an involuntary mental health commitment for Michelle P. When his fellow officers couldn't locate her, he reportedly said, "I'll take care of it myself," and drove to a picnic area at Greenland Track State Forest where he found her. It's probably one of their meeting locations. And I can't believe he does I can't believe he done solicited his buddies, his partners, his colleagues to do some of his dirty work. They probably lied to him like they couldn't find her so they won't be involved in this mess. Okay, this is Davis. Officer Ronald K. Davis was arrested Thursday and accused of false imprisonment and other charges. Non-melanated. Okay, so I guess the system is working. It's working on behalf of Michelle P. I'm assuming she's non-melanated as well, but this is Davis' mugshot. Davis violently restrained P without explaining what he was doing as she struggled to breathe and free herself. There and off duty, Davis violently grappled with P in a scrum caught on camera before he finally restrained her as she pleaded to be let go, repeatedly said she couldn't breathe, and insisted she had done nothing wrong. I wonder, did his ex-wife find out about this, or was Michelle P threatening to expose him to his family as well? But let me continue. You're insane, she could be heard saying as he pinned her to the ground. You're absolutely insane, and then you paint me to look insane. When police finally arrived, Michelle P was officially detained and brought to the Lee Valley Hospital, where she remained until she was released on August 25th after she was deemed not to be a threat to herself. Let me interject again. I'm surprised this has been brought to forefront, exposed to the media. Despite the alarming nature of Michelle P's text messages, prosecutors said Davis had not shared their full context when securing an involuntary commitment order. As I stated to you guys before, context does matter. When I share clips, generally speaking, 99.9% of the time is not the full clip. When I share excerpts of article, I don't go over the full article sometimes. And that's why I encourage everyone to head back on over to the article or find a clip at your leisure and possibly go over the entire clip if you can find it somewhere, because context definitely matters. So looks like Davis omitted the text messages. He didn't give full disclosure. So after reviewing the text messages, your affiants were not able to identify any S threats. The criminal complaint from the Dauphin County District Attorney against Davis read. The complaint characterized the text as nothing more than the product of a domestic argument. Exactly. Sounds like a love and war type of situation. Maybe she was trying to leave and this and that, and things have been contentious. He probably didn't know if he was going to leave his wife or not. Who knows? The relationship type of back and forth sounds like both of them was a bit emotionally immature, but that happens sometimes in relationships, not all relationships. And don't ask me how I know this. Let me continue. After her release, Michelle P told police the pair's fight had begun days earlier, on August 19th, after Davis locked her out of the trailer she was living in and prevented her from collecting her belongings from his storage unit. I wonder if it's the trailer, his little getaway, his little dip getaway. I guess the ones that are uneducated have the best have the best you get my drift. She described a 4-month relationship with Davis, who is married with a family, that had deteriorated over ideological opinions and differences in roles within the relationship. So he over here pillow talking with the mistress, the side chick. Whew. According to the complaint, and even include threats from Davis to frame her as mentally unsound. Whew, this is not a surprise, you guys. It definitely isn't. And again, this is not a dig at all law enforcement officers or those in the legal community, because there are some who has integrity and good ethics. But again, this is an example of how some officers, far as systematic wise, use their power. And just imagine too, you guys, he did it to her, and I'm assuming that she's non-melanated as well. If he did it to her, I wonder, has he ever did this to anyone else? His cases should be looked into. Regardless, melanated, non-melanated, his cases need to be looked into. This is an integrity and an ethics situation. Okay, the article further cites, "I know you're not crazy. I'll paint you as crazy," Michelle P said Davis told her, along with thinly veiled threats like, "I know the law." Ooh, wow. Prosecutors said the text messages leading up to the supposed S threats were characterized of the behavior Michelle P said Davis exhibited towards her, which included disparaging remarks about her ability to get a job or leave town. The S texts were merely sent to elicit a response or reaction from Davis. Like I said, immature type of actions between them two. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say that. The back and forth, love and war, unfortunately. The complaint read, adding that Michelle P said she never had intentions of committing S. She shouldn't play around with that, but trust and believe, things happen in relationships. I'm quite sure a lot of people or have experienced something similar to this who are not in law enforcement and just regular people day to day. Trust and believe. The article further cites, at one point during their argument, Davis reportedly told Michelle P., "You're done. F around and find out." The police officer has since been charged with felony strangulation, unlawful restraint, and false imprisonment, among other charges. So I guess he doesn't have a job. Okay, you guys, I went over the entire article in its entirety, so head back over there to the New York Post and you can read the article at your leisure. I encourage that. But what are your thoughts? This is a prime example of abuse of power and the audacity for this cop to have a mistress and do all of this to his mistress, and you're married and have a whole family. That's even if he's still married. I can see how with him pillow talking to his mistress, how he and his wife has probably clashed. His wife probably wants to be an equal or wants to contribute more or has opinions about certain things, and which has caused him to look at his wife differently. And I'm quite sure his wife looking at her husband differently. But yeah, drop some comments in the comment section. I am not surprised that this has happened. It happens often in America. And this occurred, in Pennsylvania. So he done sat up there and pillow talks with his mistress about his marital problems. Oh my gosh. Ladies, do not deal with married men. This is a prime example where it never goes well. And it may not be in this form of fashion, as far as domestic situation, but nothing rarely good comes out of it. And this is that type of example. This guy over here pillow talking with his mistress. So now she done put this information in court papers. It's on now it's paperwork. It's public records. Wow. I hope she sues them. I hope Michelle P. sues the county, sues the officer, sues the the district attorney's office, although they are working in her favor. Sue everybody because they're all part of the same tree. But in this instance, the DA, the prosecutor who is investigating or had started an investigation, basically did not turn a blind eye. So that's good from a prosecutorial perspective. They're doing a job. They are doing what they're supposed to do. Prosecutors, regardless if you know the officer, regardless if you guys are in the same legal community, hey, you have to do your job, do it ethically, and that's what happened in this situation. And that's why Davis was arrested and charged and prosecuted, and rightfully so. He sues everyone that she could. If she got a good attorney, she would come up off of this, and she don't have to worry about being educated, but at least learn some financial literacy if she doesn't know that. But education may not be a factor once she get that major settlement. But let me know your thoughts, everyone. Like this video, share this video, head on over to the community section. I have polls going on. Vote, 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 vote. Thank you guys for your support. If you're interested in further supporting my channel, head on over to the description section. I have my Zelle information and Cash App information. Not picky. $1, $2, $3, $4. Greatly appreciated. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.